In the final chapter of our regular expression course, let's take a look at some more advanced functionality. So I'm going to return to here just for a moment, and we're going to return to our matching a phone number. Originally, we did it quite simplistically. Look for 3 digits followed by a dash, then 3 more digits followed by a dash, and then 4 digits for the line number to match a US phone number. Now, this works fine, but it's not taking under consideration the different ways that you can format a phone number. What if the user does not enter a dash? Maybe they do it like this. Well, in that case, this is going to fail even though it is a valid US phone number. So one way we could fix this is by saying, make the dash optional. So I'll go to each dash and say, look for a dash, but we don't require it. And now that's matching. But another one is sometimes the area code is wrapped within parentheses, and that's right too. So we should make sure that we allow for this as well. So let's add a opening parentheses, but that's not required. So I'm going to make it optional, and then I'm going to do the same thing after the numbers, closing parentheses, and make that optional as well. Now, the reason it looks as if nothing is matching is because we're using parentheses, and the regular expression engine is assuming that we're trying to create a capture group. So I'm going to escape those, and now you can see that each set of those are matching. If I go to replace and I write hello, you can see that we're placing each of those individuals. Next, we don't need ignore case. We're not going to be using letters in this situation. Now, is that enough? Well, another option would be that the user adds a 1 before it, and this is something you can do sometimes. 1-615-555-1234. That too is a valid phone number, but now we're only matching part of it. Also, you can see that even though the 1 dash was there, we're matching this number. So let's make sure that we say start at the beginning of the string, end at the end of the string, and now that's no longer matching. That said, this is still a valid number, so we need to allow for that. I'm going to use a 1 dash, and we want to say that this is optional. So I'm going to wrap that within parentheses and make that optional. So now that's matching as well. They could also not do a dash. So they could do 1-615-555-1234, and that's not matching as well. And the reason why is because we are saying look for 1 dash or don't look for anything. But we need to say it can begin with a 1, so the dash too should be optional. And now we also have to think, because we have wrapped this for the purposes of combining them, we now have a new capturing group, as you can see right here. So why don't we make that a non-capturing group, as we learned in the previous chapter, by preceding it with ? And now we're saying we're wrapping this, but we're not using it to capture, and now that has been reduced to 0. Now, certainly you can see we can take this as far as we need to, but I think this is fine for the purposes of what we're doing right now. And in the next lesson, we're going to move over to our PHP, and we're going to learn how to use comments to decipher this, because I promise when you come back to this code, even a week later, it's going to be really difficult to figure out what each symbol does.